Okay, good morning everyone. Good day everyone. So for today's video, yung ating topic is para sa ating electrical system. So sa electrical system natin, ang i-consider natin dyan is yung ating lighting layout and convenience outing layout or yung ating power line layout. And then here sa ating video, tuturuan kayo paano mag-compute ng ating electrical computations para makuha natin yung ating summary para sa ating specification of loads or schedule of loads. And then para din alam niyo paano gumawa ng ating one-line diagram para dun sa ating panel boards. So this will be a series of videos. So this will be the first part. Kumbaga, i-discuss natin dito yung mga reference code from our Philippine Electrical Code. Pero mas mag-focus tayo sa ating NEC, yung National Electrical Code, which is doon gi-adapt yung ating Philippine Electrical Code. Kasi yung ating dito sa Pilipinas, walang kumbaga sariling formulation para sa ating electrical code. Yung ating codes are adapted sa American codes, which is from the National Electrical Code. Okay? So we shall proceed. So here is our PowerPoint presentation. So let's discuss yung ating mga electrical or circuiting guidelines. So there are many ways of doing circuitry, but there is no optimum or perfect way of doing it. However, there are certain rules and guidelines promulgated by the National Electrical Code or yung ating NEC for flexibility, economical, and convenient way of installing a circuitry. So first guideline or number one guideline, the code requires sufficient circuitry to supply residential load of 30 watts per square meter in buildings excluding porches, garage, and basement. Pero dito sa ating topic or yung ating sample computation, load computation yung ating i-focus na pag-analyze. Yung area computation is for the next videos. For today's videos or series of videos, we will focus on our electrical load computations. Number two guideline, the requirement of 30 watts per square meter is up to 80 square meter for 20 ampere circuit or 60 square meter for 15 ampere circuit. Number three, a good practice suggests that the load should not exceed 1,600 for the 20 ampere circuit and 1,200 watts for 15 ampere circuit. So again, mali yung pagkabasa ko. The good practice suggests that the load should not exceed 1,600 watts for 20 ampere circuit and 1,200 watts for 15 ampere circuits. So kumbaga, dun sa ating 20 amperes which is converted to 2,400 watts, kumbaga yung computed electrical load should not exceed 1,600. Kumbaga 2/3 lang nung 120 amperes ang dapat maximum computed load or yung maximum na magagamit sa ampacity na ito. Thus, we will observe a minimum load of 1,200 watts doon sa ating 15 ampere circuit with a maximum area of 40 square meter. And then, thus, a maximum load of 1,600 watts doon sa ating 20 amperes with a maximum area of 50 square meter. Okay. So next guideline, the code requires a minimum of 20 amperes appliance branch circuit to feed all small appliance outlets in the kitchen, pantry, dining, and family room. So itong number 4 guideline is minimum amperes na gagamitin doon sa ating power line layout. Okay, so kahit ano pa yung makompute ninyo, kahit minimum computation yung lalabas sa solving, kung ang gina-consider natin is yung ating power line layout or yung ating convenience outlet layout, yung minimum rating ng ating overcurrent protection is 20 amperes for the appliance branch circuit or yung ating power line outlet. Number 5, the general purpose ng branch circuit shall be rated 20 ampere circuit with a wire na 12 copper wire. Yung AWG type of wire yan siya. So sa mga designer na magbavary or kung ano mang gagamitin ninyong materials. Basta yung sizes lang is dapat with accordance dun sa na-compute ninyo. So, kung 20 amperes ang minimum para sa ating branch circuit sa ating power line, ang kanyang katumbas na size ng wire, minimum size of wire is number 12 copper wire. Okay, which is required for all convenience outlet or yung sa ating power line layout. Okay, so next is circuit load on 15 ampere circuit shall be limited to the values given in the table. So yung 15 ampere shall be limited kumbaga sa ating lighting layout. And then siya din yung pinakaliit na value na present sa ating market for the circuit breaker or yung ampacity of the circuit breaker. Number 7, plug outlets or convenience receptacles shall be counted in computing the load if it is not included in the load for the general lighting circuits. Number 8, convenience receptacles should be planned properly so that in case of failure in any one of the circuitry, the entire area will not be deprived of the power supply. So ibig sabihin nito, ito yung gina-require na dapat sa in every circuitry or every line, kumbaga example, lighting layout, sa bahay, minimum of 2 circuitry. Para if ever mayroon tayong faulty issues, example is nagka-short circuit or nakagat siya ng daga or na compromise siya, na basa, hindi lahat ng linya natin sira or hindi blackout lahat. Okay? So in terms of reliability of service, each area should be provided alternately with different circuits. So ito na yun. Number 9, all kitchen outlets should be fed from at least 2 of these circuits. Number 10, the code further stipulates that all receptacles are potential appliance outlet and at least 2 circuits shall be supplied to serve them. So again, sa ating lighting layout ba yan or convenience outlet man yan is at least 2 circuits shall be applied to serve them. Number 11, certain outlets in the room should be designed as appliance outlet like all kitchen receptacles, all dining room receptacles, and at least 1 in the living room. Siyempre, may TV tayo. So doon isasaksak yung, or doon kukuha ng power para doon sa ating appliance, sa ating living room. Okay, number 12, for the circuiting guidelines, the code requires that at least one 20 ampere circuit supply at the laundry outlets. So minsan nakakalimutan ito siya na dapat mag-supply pa, meron pa ring anticipated supply or parang power line or convenience or yung parang saksakan natin doon sa ating laundry area para anticipated doon sa ating washing machine. So medyo mabigat ang motor or mabigat yung power ng ating washing machine motor. So yun nga, minimum 20 amperes for that particular appliances. And last number for our circuiting guidelines, number 13, if air condition is anticipated, provide a separate circuit for this particular appliance. Kasi iba din yung computation for this particular appliance nga. This is a heavy motor, so medyo complex itong kanyang analysis. And for other good practices in circuitry, we have number 1, yung lighting and receptacle should not be combined. Nakaseparate talaga ito, kaya meron tayong lighting layout plan and then power line outlet plan. Okay, nabubulol ako, sorry. So number 2, avoid connecting all bidding lights in one single circuit. So at least every circuit line may dalawang circuitry. So for lighting, for the lights, 2 circuitry. And for the convenience or our power line natin, 2 circuitry. So at least 4 circuitry for every simple or standard family dwelling unit. Number 3, yung lighting and receptacle should be supplied with current from at least 2 circuits so that if a single line is out, the entire area is not deprived with power. Number 4, do not allow combination switch and receptacle outlets. So parang paikot-ikot na lang din siya, pero yun nga, sabi natin kanina, hindi yung ating switch and receptacle is magkaiba ng linya. Lighting switch and then yung mga plug natin is magkaibang linya. Number 5, provide at least 1 receptacle in the bathroom and 1 outside of the house. Both must be ground fault circuit interrupter type or ating GFCI since vulnerable sila sa mabasa. So continuation para sa ating good practices in circuitry. Number 6, provide switch control for closet lights. Dati kasi meron lang yung parang full switch lang, full chain switch sa ating mga closets. Pero it's a nuisance or parang outdated na siya, so avoid that. Number 7, convenience outlet, though counted as part of the general lighting load, should or shall be limited to 6 convenience outlet. Sa convenience ha, so in your analysis, at least kung susunod kayo dito sa ating good practices in circuitry, maximum per circuitry, if you consider for the convenience outlet, 6 lang. And then itong 6 na to, depende kung 12 gang ba siya, 2 gang ba siya, or 3 gang. Ginamin sa 2 gang or 3 gang yung saksakan. Diba? Yung plug na pwedeng masaksak by that particular outlet. And on a 15 ampere circuit, okay, wait lang. A convenience outlet, though counted as part of the general lighting load, shall be limited to 6 convenient outlets on a 15 ampere circuit and 8 convenience outlet sa ating 20 ampere circuit. So yan ang kanyang conditions. Number 8, the code requires that at least 20 ampere circuit supply shall be installed at the laundry outlet. So na-mention na ito kanina, na summarize lang dito, nasali lang dito, nasali sa ating summary. Number 9, convenience outlets shall be laid out in such a manner that no point on the wall is more than 2 meters. Okay, yung ating convenience outlet, hindi siya vertical height from the ground, or yung ating FFL shall not be laid out in such a manner that no point on the wall is more than 2 meters. And then use grounding type only, or yung ating GFCI. Okay. Next is yung ating mga regulations from our mga Republic Act. It's a general requirement for electrical installation stated in the Chapter 13, Section 1301 of PD 1096. All electrical systems, equipment, and installation mentioned in this code shall conform to the provisions of the Philippine Electrical Code as adopted by the Board of Electrical Engineering pursuant to the Republic Act number 184, otherwise known as Electrical Engineering Law. Philippine Electrical Code. Under Philippine Electrical Code, under the, Chapter 2, Article 2.10, Section 1-11, yung ating branch circuit requirement or required. Branch circuit for lighting and appliances, including motor-operated appliances, shall be provided to supply the loads calculated under those conditions. Besides, branch circuit shall be provided for specific loads not covered by the 2.20.2.1. Paki-check ito sa ating PEC, where required otherwise in this code, and for the dwelling unit load specified in 2.10.1.11. Next, number 1, the branch circuit, the number of branch circuits. The minimum number of branch circuits shall be determined from the total calculated load and the size or rating ng ating circuits used, or kung ano yung ating makalculate. In all installation, the number of circuits shall be sufficient to supply the load served. In no case shall the load on any circuit exceeds the maximum specified by the 2.20.2.9. So later, dun sa ating sample computations na, mame-mention naman itong mga comments from these codes. Number 2, load evenly proportioned among branch circuits, where the load is calculated based on volt amperes per square meter or square foot. The wiring system up to and including the branch circuit panel boards shall be provided to serve not less than the calculated load. This load shall be evenly proportioned among multi-outlet branch circuits within the panel boards. Branch circuit overcurrent devices and circuits shall only be required to be installed to serve the connected load. And under the Chapter 2, Article 2.10, Section 2.5, yung ating permissible loads, in no case shall the load exceed the branch circuit ampere rating. An individual branch circuit shall be permitted to supply any load for which it is rated. A branch circuit supply 2 or more outlets or receptacles shall supply only the loads specified according to its size, or kung ano yung na-calculate ninyo specifically for that particular circuitry. So we have here yung ating 2.10.2.5 A to D. Okay, A, letter A, 15 and 20 ampere branch circuit shall be permitted to supply lighting units or other utilization equipment, or a combination of both, and shall comply within 2.10.25 A1 and A2. Letter B, 30 ampere branch circuit shall be permitted to supply fixed lighting units with heavy-duty lamp holders in other than a dwelling units or utilization equipment in any occupancy. A rating of any one cord and plug connected utilization equipment shall not exceed 80% of the branch circuit ampere rating. So later, ma-incorporate natin sa ating mga sample problem. This letter C, yung ating 40 and 50 ampere branch circuit, shall be permitted to supply cooking appliances. Meron tayong certain sample dito later, yung ating range load. Kumbaga yung stove na ginagamit is electric, o kumbaga electric stove, that are fastened in place in any occupancy. In other than dwelling units, such circuits shall be permitted to supply fixed lighting units with heavy-duty lamp holders, infrared heating units, and other utilization equipment. And last, for letter D, yung branch circuit, a circuit larger than 50 amperes shall supply only non-lighting outlet loads under the 2.10.2.6 branch circuit requirements. And under the Chapter 2, Article 2.10, Section 3.3, for the dwelling unit receptacle outlets, this section provides, Okay, this section provides for 220 to 230 volts. Bakit 220 to 230 volts yung ating voltage standard dito sa Philippines? Meron kasi tayong 10 voltage na difference o parang range. Kasi hindi naman parating steady yung 220 na yan or 230. Nag-fluctuate kasi yan siya depending on the voltage drop nung ating from the main supply, kumbaga dun sa ating transformer to our service wire, or kung ano yung papunta na dun sa ating bahay. So hindi 10 lang yan siya, 10 volts na nag-fluctuate every other hindi ako particular kung basta hindi yan siya sa stable, pero hindi na magbababa sa 220 at hindi na din tataas sa 230. Pero dun sa ating main breaker, yung ating ilalagay doon para safe siya to 50 volts. Para if ever man may times na mag-akyat pa ng 230, yung fluctuation ng ating voltage drop is makakaya pa rin ng ating main breaker. So meron siyang safety voltage na up to 250. Pero dun sa ating computation, it's either 230 or 230 or 220. Sorry, nabubulol ako. Sorry. 220 to 230. Okay? So 15 and 20 amperes receptacle outlets. Yung ating receptacle outlets required by this section shall be in addition to any receptacle that is part of a luminaire or yung ating lighting fixture or appliance located within cabinets or cupboards or found more than 1,700 mm above the floor. Okay, so next video natin, the topic natin ating problem. So see you sa ating part 2. Bye na muna.